Alright guys, we are headed for our first fall camp of 2024. Let's get it. Alright guys, so we have made it. We are down in Land O'Lakes, Florida at Serenova Tract, and we're going to just do a simple overnighter. This is the first fall camp of 2024, and I'm really looking forward to this. It should be nice. I found us a spot to set up, and I think we're going to set up the new hammock, and we're going to try that out tonight and see how that really sleeps, and should be a good time. So first thing we got to do, get our sleep system set up. Alright guys, so we are all set up. As you can see, we've got our new hammock set up and all the tarp and all that stuff. I still have some little efficiency things to work out with setting up, but I'm pretty much got it now. It'll get better with time. You can see there's a bunch of broken glass around here, which is ridiculous. But I've started a little collection, kind of pick up the broken glass as I see it. But now I think I'm gonna sit down and maybe carve something. Okay, so I got a little piece of cottonwood bark here, and Jimmy's gonna give me a little lesson on carving this cottonwood bark. So starting off with, we're drawing a little line down here to get our center line going, so we'll know where we're referencing from. This is not a carving tutorial. I'm just telling you how we're getting started. So I think I am pretty much done with this guy. So Jimmy helped me with the eyes, and he let me use some of his tools. So I used this little V tool to try to finish him up. So this guy's got a little more detail than some of them, and I'm still working on the eyes, but this is what I got. Pretty cool, I think. I like him. Turned out cool. All right, it's hot. I think it's time to try to find something else to do that's not going to be hot. So I don't know what that is, but we're going to figure it out. Well, I think we're going to walk over here real quick, take a look at these bathrooms, and there's a little pond area I want to look at down here. So it looks like the vault bathroom is out of order for whatever reason. Looks like it's been that way for a little while. As you can see, they've got some porta-johns over here behind us. I haven't opened the door. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but just something to keep in mind. If you have to come down here to Serenova Tract, this is the primitive camp area, and so that's what you got to look forward to. It's actually a really nice place down here. There's quite a few sites, so pretty happy so far. I want to walk down here and see if I can find that little water hole I passed coming in. So this is the equestrian camping area here, and as you can see, they have some nice little pavilions there. They have a pitcher pump over there, trough for watering the horses. They do have the little fire rings and everything all over the place, but very nice canopied shaded area here. Beautiful little spot here. Well, I'll tell you, this would be a cool little spot here to bring a kayak down and paddle around and do some fishing. It's not as peaceful as I like. You can hear the traffic out there on the road, but this is a nice little pond, and it actually is bigger than it looks right here. So it goes down and it opens up a little bit further down. But this would be a cool little spot here to bring a kayak and put it in, paddle around and do some fishing. I like it. Danger. Definitely got to watch out for snakes in places like this.
Jimmy last night, and I'm trying to get to a point where on a trip I like carrying a bunch. Now I think you should have a comfort item. There's nothing wrong with having a book or something like that.
But even if you carry a book, and this was
doing that,
no point in carrying weight that I'm not going to reread.
And I get that. It's a mentality you can get into and all that. Of it's a strict thing, but
burning books though for me.
Alright, so it's about time to make dinner. I got the fire going over there. I'm using my little Uco flat pack grill. Tonight for dinner, I am cooking a good size ribeye steak. So I'm gonna get that seasoned up real quick and get it on the fire because I am hungry. I didn't eat anything for lunch today, which isn't good. So I am definitely hungry. I am using, for my seasoning, the Kinder's, it's like the steakhouse seasoning or whatever. It's really good. But so I just, instead of bringing the whole thing, I just brought a little baggie of it, and we're gonna get the steak seasoned up real quick, get it on the fire, and get ready to eat. A little dark there. Too many flames. Alright, so while the steak is finishing up, we're going to do our mixed drink for the night. Going to do something a little bit different though. Since I'm on the diet and everything, I'm trying to do clear alcohol. I know it's not the best, but apparently it's better than the whiskey and stuff that I've been drinking. So tonight we've got some vodka that we're going to do, and I'm going to mix it with some cherry limeade in my water here. So I've done this at home a couple times and it's actually really good. So we're going to mix this up a cherry limeade with vodka in it for our cocktail tonight.
What kind of vodka you got?
This is the cheap 1941 vodka. I've actually drank it a couple times. It's actually really good, or I like it anyway, as far as vodka goes. Oopsie. Went a little hard on that. All right. Cheers. That's really good. Making a mess. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right, so I think the steak is done. Not a bad looking steak. I got a little dark up there, but I think this thing is going to be good. Let's cut into her and see how she looks.
You said you do a hammock?
All right. Little more done than I want, but it's still got some pink in there, and it's very, very tender, so I think it's going to be good. Oh man, that is good. That Kinder seasoning has a really, really good flavor. So it's not really steak seasoning, it's the steakhouse seasoning, if I'm not mistaken, but it is really, really good. So right over here, there's an armadillo rummaging around in the bushes, and it is so funny how big and noisy they sound. That thing sounded like a bear coming through the bushes, but it was just a little armadillo. It is so funny though. I mean, they sound like the biggest thing in the woods. That's funny. Unfortunately, I think my talking scared him off. I tried to get him with the light so you could see him, but I think my talking scared him off. I can still kind of hear him in the bushes over there. But he was right out here where I could see him. Alright guys, that is enough for me today. I am worn out and I'm ready to get some sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I slept really well last night. The crazy thing is, as soon as I laid down in the hammock, my insomnia kicked in and I could not sleep. I laid down for 20 minutes or so in the hammock and tried to watch a video, and it wasn't happening. I could tell. So I got back up and sat by the fire for a while, and I guess it was 12:30 or so, and I climbed back in my hammock and went to sleep. But I slept good. Once I got to sleep, I slept really well. That hammock is comfortable. It's really comfortable. The one thing I'll say is I am gonna swap back to the other straps that I have, because these straps just have a lot of give to them, and which, you know, isn't the worst thing in the world, but my other straps just, they don't have that give to them. They're a little more rigid and they feel good, and helps make the setup a little more standard, if that makes any sense, like it's the same every time. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, swap out back to those other straps. And other than that though, that hammock, it's really comfortable. The other thing that I noticed is, with my other tarp, I can pull my chair under the edge of the tarp when I go to sleep, and I've got plenty of room for that. This tarp is smaller, so there's not room for my chair to go under the tarp there. So it's trade-offs. You give a little and get a little, so that's okay. It was a good night's sleep. I think that hammock's gonna do really well for me. But I gotta finish drinking my coffee now and get camp wrapped up and get on the road. I gotta get home. Once again, I'm the last person in camp here. Randy's just pulling out and leaving, and he's got a 3-hour drive to go back home, so I got 2 hours to go. But I need to get my coffee drink and get on the road. But it was a good night though, for sure. Once I got to sleep, I slept really good. Alright, so you guys know that it costs money to go on these trips and find good footage and try to make good videos for you guys. And this week I want to shout out 4 of our new patrons, Mr. Matt Lowe, Stitch, Terry Neesmith, and Miss Joan Barton. We truly appreciate you joining our Patreon, and your donations help more than you know keep us moving forward, making better content with better equipment, and it truly helps the channel. And we couldn't do these trips and stuff without your guys' support. I just could not do it. It really means the world to us, and we can't say thank you enough for your support. We are one patron away from hitting that $100 a month challenge that I set, and if you would like to help out with that, if you would like to join our Patreon members, the Wild Bunch, for as simple as $5 a month, there's a link in the description below. Jump down there, click that link, follow it, go over there, and it'll show you how you can become a patron and really help out the channel. This is one thing that I really like about this new tarp setup and hammock setup is these little pockets. So you wrap up your cordage and you can just tuck them in those pockets. Simple. It's really not a huge thing, but it does make a difference. It's nice. Alright guys, so we got the place cleaned up, everything's picked up and packed up and ready to go. The site, I can honestly say, is cleaner than we found it, so that's always kind of a good rule to go by, is to try to make it a little better than it was when you got there. So I kind of want to wrap up my final thoughts about Serenova Tract here. The place is nice. The scenery is nice. It's beautiful hammock campsites. It's not very well kept. There's broken glass all over the site. There's a mound that used to be a fire pit over there that's just broken glass, and that really is a shame. So the people who are patrolling this area and keeping up this camp area here need to do better, because if you had kids running through here or whatever, all this broken glass, it could be a serious issue. The bathroom is out of order, so they just have those porta potties there, which are clean. The porta potties were clean, I'll say that, but that's just another thing. Like, just fix the bathroom, fix it, you know. I mean, do some maintenance on it. And the only other downside to this place, I mean, it, like I said, I enjoyed myself. It's very nice, lots of trees and stuff like that, but the vehicle traffic is crazy, and just the noise from the traffic is pretty bad. So if that's something you're trying to get away from, maybe you need to avoid this campsite. It's a shame, but it is where it is, and it is what it is. So they can't do anything here about the traffic noise. That's just something that is gonna happen. But other than those things, like, it really is a nice place, and it could be a lot nicer if they just did a little more maintenance around here. But just take it for what it is. Take it, this is just my opinion. If this is somewhere you love to go, then by all means continue coming. But just seems like there could be a few things done a little better, and cleaned up a little more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there, ring that notification bell so you get notified next time we put out a video. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Appreciate you guys watching this week's video. I really had a good time out here. I hope you get out on an adventure soon. See you next week.